Hey everyone, I just wanted to do another video here. It's a Mecca if you don't know me. This one in regards to Amazon ads. The last couple I've done, I've been getting a lot of emails and questions about them. So I figured, let's just do another one for you also. Hopefully you're enjoying these. If you have any other questions or video ideas, just comment below and I'll get to those. So Amazon ads. So what I want to run through is how I set up my dashboard. Or the reporting and basically the numbers, and this is the only thing you need to understand when you're running your Amazon ads and looking at them, in order to understand, if I can word this properly, which direction, or if your ads are doing well or not well, and different things like that. So I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, forgive me. So let's go through them. So first off, budget. This should be the very first thing that you have kind of lined up in your columns. Budget, what you want to be doing is increasing your budget as much as possible. For a daily budget, I guess you could start at like, no less than $5 a day. My gosh, because you need data. So, $5 to $20 per day. Keep in mind, the larger your budget, the more impressions you're going to get. So the more data you're going to be able to bring in to determine what keywords are working, what keywords aren't working, and whatnot. If you're only starting at a couple bucks a day, like $5 a day, you're not really, Amazon's limited on what they can actually do for you. But if you put it at $20 a day, keep in mind, you're not spending $20 a day. Very, very unlikely you're going to spend $20 a day, especially when you're in your testing phase. If you don't know what that means, is watch, I guess it was the last video I did where I kind of explained that process. But $5 to $20 a day for those of you starting off. Once you're in your scaling campaigns, you can really increase this to $100 a day or $50 a day, whatever the case is, because now you're taking the proven keywords and you know it's working. So you can spend more money on them because you're getting sales from them. But like I said, check out the other video that I did where I talked about the different ways of running your ads. So, okay. And then that moves on to the impressions, right? So the impressions are how many times Amazon is showing your ad. And, sorry, I just got some notes here. So yeah, number of times Amazon's showing your ad to its people. And you obviously want this number to be going up as high as possible. Thousands, the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, in some cases. So you want as many impressions as humanly possible. That's the goal here. And then clicks is number of people that are clicking on your actual ad. Remember, with Amazon's pay per click, you're only paying when they're clicking, right? You're not paying for impressions. You're only paying when somebody actually sees your ad and clicks the ad. When they click, that's when you get charged. And so you want this number as high as possible. You want as many clicks as possible because, well, I'm sure nobody doesn't. I'm sure everyone understands that. As many clicks as humanly possible. Click-through rate, okay. Click-through rate is the percentage of people who saw your ad and then clicked on it, right? So here we have the total number of clicks you're getting. So the click-through rate is how many people actually saw your ad and clicked it, okay? Honestly, this number, you'd be happy around 0.5%. Right? Sorry. You'd be happy around 0.5%. With that number. That's a really good rate, or a good click-through rate to have when we're looking at Amazon ads here. So yeah, and obviously the higher you can get this number, if it's 1% or 1.3%, something like that, that's way better. But this is a good to kind of give you an idea, a bench line or a baseline, so you can compare your ads of what they're doing right now to this video, I guess. That's what you could kind of shoot for. And keep in mind, all of this information, it's in way more detail. And there's some things that I won't be covering today just because it's YouTube and it's free, that are inside my program. So you can check out the description for info on that. Spend is how much you're spending. Now, once again, this is something you want to be increasing as much as you possibly can. You want to spend as much money on your ads as humanly possible. And some of you who might not fully understand how ads work might be like, oh, why do I want to spend more money on ads? Because you make more money when you spend more money on ads and your ads are converting. So you want to spend as much as humanly possible you can on your advertising, because if your ads are converting because you're doing everything properly, then spend more money to make more sales. Like, it's a no-brainer. So you want to be spending as much money as possible on your ads. Now, cost per click. This is the only number you ever want to see decrease, right? Everything else you want increasing all the time, but your cost per click is what you want decreasing. And this is how much you're paying every time somebody actually clicks on the ad, right? And so this is the number that you want decreasing. And we talk about that inside the actual lessons in the course on how to decrease that number while increasing everything else. Orders is the number of actual books that you're selling, right? Obviously, we want that increasing. And then sales is, I guess it could have put revenue. Sales is actual money, how much you're actually making from your sales. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. There's one more number. It's the most important number, and it's the number that gives you when you look at it, it kind of tells you, all right, we're on track, we're not on track, whatever. So this is the most important number here. So I dedicated a full page to it. ACost, your advertising cost of sales. There's actually another number, but we're not going to get into that in this video. That'll be in the lesson. That's a very, very important number as well. But advertising cost of sales. So here's your ACost, and I broke it down in percentage. So once again, so you can kind of like look at your ads right now and say, hey, okay, I'm at this percentage, or I'm at this percentage, good, bad, whatever the case is. So yeah. Okay, so 10 to 25%, awesome. You're doing great, but you have to make some adjustments, because what's happening if your ACost is that low is you are not spending enough and your budget's too low. So you have to increase your budget, you have to increase your spend, because your ads they're running super, super efficient, but we want to bump them up a little bit. The goal is really 26 to 35%. That is the goal, that you want to have your ACost somewhere in this range. That is really kind of the sweet spot for Amazon ads. So if your ACost is between the 26 to 35% mark, within that 9%, whatever, hey, thumbs up to you. Okay, then we got 35 to 40%. You're okay. You're okay. You ain't bad. You ain't good. You okay. Right? So it's all right. It's all right. 40 to 50%, like you're breaking even. And, if you're over 50%, your front end ads are not profitable. Now, keep in mind, there's a very important caveat. And here, okay, especially down here, these two, like this is where you want to be to make money on the front end. But down here, there are specific scenarios you actually want to run unprofitable ads, okay? And this is, once again, this is a more advanced than I was thinking going into for this video, but there's certain scenarios where running an unprofitable ad on the front end makes a ton of sense, because you're going to make more money on the back end. But that involves you having the back end set up properly. That means that you have to have a proper lead magnet that is actually collecting emails, not one a day. It's actually collecting proper emails. You have like a community, whether it's a Facebook group or whatever. You have other products that you're possibly selling to the email list. But then also keep in mind, unless Amazon's done any changes, I don't think they do, none of this takes into account ACX. So it's not including your audiobook sales. And I've done tests where I've had ads that were not profitable, but the audiobook is doing great, but the ads are not profitable. And so I basically I shut off the ad, but then my audiobook sales stop. What's that mean? It means people were finding the ad, but they were just buying it through Audible. So you have to kind of look and make those proper judgments. And that's really doing a month or 2 or 3 months of testing and playing around with your numbers. And that's definitely not something I suggest for new people to do, but those of you who have been doing this for a while, you understand what I'm talking about. Play around with them and take a look. But like I said, the goal is 26, 35%, give or take. Like, this is just my idea, right? This is just what has been working for me, what I've been teaching my students. You might have your own methods of doing it. Power to you then. This is just what I've been really happy with and what's got me the best results and my students the best results over the last few years. So I just wanted to do a quick video on this just as I finish out my slides on it. I think it would be kind of a cool thing to teach everybody here on YouTube. But yeah, so let me know if you have any questions with that. Other than that, I'm going to keep working on this and I'll come up with an idea for the following video. Till next time, everyone. See you soon.